Okay, this is Pete. We got a situation. We got a lady that came over yesterday and said that her husband is a very desperate dude and very mean and foul, verbal, blah, blah, blah. And she has to get her car fixed undercover because if her husband sees it, she's in serious shithole trouble. What do you think of that, Charlie? Okay, it's soap opera time over here at Pete's place. But, you know, what the fuck? There's my phone again. So, the lady ran into a fucking brick wall or some bullshit at her house, and she's petrified to death that her husband's gonna see it. So what we gotta do is, she can't do everything right now, so we're gonna go ahead and fix all this. Now, when she backed out of her garage, and this is a common thing, I don't usually do videos like this, but since this is a common thing, and everybody and their brother usually drives late model cars, I'm gonna show you how to fix that. This is all plastic. This is a bumper cover, and these are fender extensions. And what you want to do, if Charlie can hand me that sandpaper, 80 grit, thank you. If you notice, I went ahead and taped off that area right there. And what that is, that's the molding. That's 180, bud. There you go. That's it, the big roll. And what that is, that's the molding that, so it won't rub on the fender. Now I'll go ahead and be very careful with this one right here not to hit it, but I don't want to hit that white paint. So if you scratch your existing plastic pieces on there, basically like this, the first thing you want to do is take some 80 grit sandpaper, and I hope Charlie's paying attention back there. So you take some 80 grit sandpaper. If you have access to a DA sander, that's even better. If you don't, then you'll have to sand it by hand. And you want to go in there. Okay, so what I've done here, hang on, get another piece of 80. Okay, so what I've actually done here, I went ahead and DA'd that down. Now this type of job actually requires to have a power sander of some sort, okay? Now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna sand that down by hand because there's a groove right in there. Now she was very particular, she was very firm that she didn't give a crap if all this shit lined up perfect or not. But basically what she wants to do is go ahead and blend all the paint and make sure it's all looks normal. Does that make sense, Charlie? I'm gonna over sand it, see? Now what I'm doing is feathering all the paint out around the edges. But if you look real close, okay, now you're going to see some little gouges. Do you see that? And let me see if we can see that with our camera. If you look real close in this area down here, you can see there's a gouge that you can still see. Now we're not going to sand that down. We're going to go ahead and fill that in with some Evercoat. Okay, so I take my Evercoat Bondo mix and my hardener, and I'm going to go ahead and mix those together like you see here, see? Now this is an easy fix here, okay? It's not that complicated. You can do this at home, okay? Y'all got that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You can do this at home. It's an easy situation. And all you do is go ahead and fill your scratches in just like so. See how I'm doing that, Charlie? Are you watching? Are you learning anything?
Yep.
No, I'm trying to teach you how to do it. You're not teaching me shit. Okay? Once again, okay, there's a little scratch there. Okay. And anywhere that you see where it's darker, then the dark spots are always lower spots. That means that the sandpaper did not hit it. But on plastic, you can't keep sanding because then it's going to start gouging it out. So we're going to go ahead and fill it in just like we were filling in. There's another one right there. Okay, just like we were filling in, you know, pinholes. So now what I'm going to do is, while this is drying, okay, my Evercoat's drying. I call it Evercoat. It's polyurethane, whatever the fuck it is. Some kind of mixed shit. You understand what I'm talking about. I've showed it to you before. look at one of my other videos if you want. So you take some 180, okay, then you're gonna go ahead and fold that in half. Now what I'm gonna do at this, while our Bondo's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna feather my edges around where I'm gonna prime. Okay, and I'm gonna get this edge here, just like that. And you can see, okay, where I'm sanding it, you can see it feathering out. Now you might not be able to see it on film, but so I'm gonna bring it several inches past. Okay, now Charlie's gonna have to be the camera guy now, see? Hold that right there. Don't drop my camera, Charlie. Can you see me here, bud? Okay, as you see, I'm sanding it out, feathering the edges. Okay? I'm gonna bring it about 2 or 3 inches past where I hit with the DA. That's very important, Charlie. Okay? Okay. I'm also gonna do it right in this area. Here, our Bondo's almost dry, see? That's what's nice about summer. What's up, Jerry? And you gotta sand all the edges that are shiny, okay? Because we're gonna be priming that and we don't want no primer falling off of the car, see? Okay, now on this here particular one, we're gonna go ahead and this whole area, see? Here, see what I'm doing there? Yeah. So all that's gotta be roughed up for primer, bud. Just like that. See, it's right here. See? All that's roughed up, I'll come back and I'll sand that down and then it'll be ready for primer. Okay. Turn the camera off, we'll be right back. Okay, after I go ahead and I feather everything out, I was doing that while I was waiting for our Evercoat. If Charlie can look right there, you can see that white line there? What that is, that's Evercoat that I filled in some deep gouges with, see? So that's very important that you do that. And here's a good example right here. If you don't sand your plastic down thoroughly, the Evercoat will just fall off of the car and it won't do any good. See here? Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but your plastic pieces have to be sanded down to black plastic or the Evercoat will not stick. So now what I did, I took another piece of 80 grit. And what I did is I went ahead and put it on a block this time, and I'm gonna block sand this now, see? And if you watch while I'm sanding that, you can see the gouge. Can you see that, Charlie? Yep. You can see the gouge that I filled in with the Evercoat. See there? Go ahead and get that edge right there. See that? Look. You see that, Charlie? Yep. So now we go ahead and get this last one. And I'm not sanding very hard because this is 80 grit and I don't want to gouge the paint or the plastic anymore. I'm just using a nice firm feel to it. And on this part right here, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can buff that out or we'll just touch it up with a brush. Because she can't afford to fix that. So once you get all that done, now, you'll notice that the plastic is going to feel pretty rough. Okay, it requires a lot of primer on these pieces because to sand that, look at there, see that? You didn't even need that, okay. It's going to require a lot of sanding, a lot of primer to fill in that in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and prime it, and then once I prime it, I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I'll explain to you the situation that we have. Can you see me, Charlie? Yep. Okay, I'll explain the situation that you have when you prime plastic, and then I'm going to show you how to take care of the problem that occurs. This is Pete. We'll see you when we get it primed. Take it easy.